Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Love the look of a beautiful dip powder ombre, but just can't seem to get it right? Well, I have got you covered today. I finally tried a technique that I have been sleeping on, and man, do I wish I had tried it sooner because it made the most beautiful and seamless and easiest ombre that I have ever created. I'm going to be using two new colors from Vivid Glam Co today, and I'm going to show you how I created this beautiful ombre with minimal effort. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around. We're getting into it. Alright guys, so I'm going to be using the August Duo from Vivid Glam Co, so you're getting a little sneak preview. It is going to be available on the 1st, so I'll have that information for you down in the description box, and I'll be using that along with another color from their main line. Now, full disclosure, I am an ambassador for Vivid Glam Co, so I did receive these as part of my ambassadorship, but as always, you can always use code CARRIE10 to get 10% off your purchase at Vivid Glam Co. Now I'm going to state up front that this technique is going to involve the use of gel, and I understand that not everybody can use gel, so I do have another pretty thorough video on scrub ombre that I can link for you here in the cards if you have not seen it, and I highly encourage you to go check that one out if you're somebody who can't use gel and can only use dip liquids, because I do use dip liquids in that video, and there's a lot of really helpful hints and tips in there if you want to go check that one out. Alright, so here's a look at the monthly duo. It is Rise and Grind. Isn't that adorable? And like I said, they will be available for you on the 1st. She does offer them as a duo at a discounted price. And then I believe it's the following month she makes them available as individuals. But wait till you see these colors. They are literally on fire. And then the third color I'm going to pull in is called Clutch. And that is what we're going to use as the base for our ombre. So before we get started, I did want to quickly show you this new mat that she recently launched. This is kind of like a silicone material kind of mat. It kind of reminds me of like those Silpat baking sheets, if you know what those feel like. I know, random chefy stuff. But anyway, I kind of thought when I saw this that this had holes in it. It's not. It's all encapsulated in this silicone mat. So it looks like it's like has holes in it, which would kind of defeat the purpose, I think, of using it for dip powder, but it's not. And it's actually a really nice size and very good quality, and I did use it for part of this video, and I did spill some dip powder and it wiped off super easy. So if you're looking for kind of a smaller, more silicone feel mat, I think you'd really like this one. And again, my discount code works on everything at Vivid Glam Co, so there are no exclusions. So if you're interested in this one, I feel like it's pretty reasonably priced and nice quality and just a really nice mat, so check it out. And then totally random, but I just wanted to show you a couple of new products I just got from Liquid Layer Studio while they were having a sale, and they launched these new items. This is actually in a new shade as well called Deep Indigo, and this video is not at all doing it justice. It's gorgeous. It's deep and dark, and it kind of shifts to like blue and purple. It's really pretty. But this right here is the builder gel set. So you can see there's a place to put your hand, and then you can put your like IBD style gel here in a pot. It's really nice, and I thought I would use it anyway. Even though I don't use potted builder gel, I felt like there were going to be other uses for it. And this set also came with this really cool brush holder, which I can't tell you how excited I am about this. It's the little things, guys, I'm telling you, because I'm always doing like art techniques with brushes, and I'm always laying them down, and it's just making a big mess all over my surface. And so to have this is like so exciting for me. Like, I hope she actually starts releasing these brush holders individually, because I would like buy one in every color, because it's so ingenious and it's just what I needed. So I'm actually going to put these items to work today while we create our mani, but not an ambassador for them. I just love their products. You guys always see but may not know my little finger rest. That's also from Liquid Layer Studio. And my bottle holders, I have the singles, I have the 3 bottle holders, I have the 5 bottle holders. So obviously when I picked up these items in the new Deep Indigo shade, I had to pick up a couple others to go with it, because, you know, matchy life, right? Alright, so moving on, I'm going to be using Vivid Glam Co's dip powder liquids. I'm going to be using their glue, which is their dip base, and then activate. And then I'll be finishing with gels. So today I'll be using iGel Beauty's gel base and gel top. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get into my dip process here. So I'm going to be starting with the first 2 fingers. I'm going to be using Clutch, and I'm not going to ombre until the very end. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip as if I were just dipping out plain solids and nothing else. So I'll be putting Clutch on these first 2 fingers, and then I will put the glitter on the ring finger, and then I will put that beautiful hot orange on the pinky and the thumb. So you could, if you wanted to, use the gel method for this. I'm not a big fan of the gel method, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I know you're probably kind of surprised with that because I always talk about how much I love gels, and I do. But I just prefer for my dip powder actually to be done with dip liquids. I don't know, just a preference thing. But I know a lot of people love gel method, so I just want you to know if you want to use gel up to this point, you definitely can. I'm just actually going to be using my dip base to dip out my solids, and then I will be doing the ombre with gels. So because the focus of this video is really about the ombre technique, I'm going to go ahead and speed through this dip powder application, and then I'll be right back. This orange, wow, it is so fiery and so beautiful, and I think it's going to make a gorgeous ombre here with clutch. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up here with the glitter, and I wanted to tell you why I've been sleeping on this technique, okay? So I am a huge fan of dip powder scrub ombre. Actually, I have 2 videos on my channel with that scrub ombre technique. One that I did on myself, and then one that I did on my daughter for her prom nails. And I really do feel like it's a very user-friendly technique, and I was very happy with it. So I really didn't feel the need to try out another technique. But on a whim, I decided to give this one a try. And honestly, once you see this go on, you're going to see why I'm going to tell you right now. I probably will never do it the other way again. I mean, if I do, it'll be pretty rare. But like I said, I know that some people can't use gel or don't want to use gel for whatever reason. So I still stand by that technique. It's definitely the second easiest ombre technique I've ever used. I have much better success with that than tap ombre. And I feel like a lot of people say they prefer tap ombre, but for me, I've always found scrub ombre to be a lot easier. But this method that I'm going to show you today is even easier. So like I said, if for whatever reason you cannot use gel or don't want to use gel, make sure you go check out those videos, because like I said, I do have some tips in there that you may not always think of trying if you're going to be limited to dip liquids. But if you can use gel, I highly suggest you at least give this technique a go. My gosh, you guys, sometimes I wish you could see me while I'm doing these voiceovers, because my dog, like 90% of the time, is somewhere lying on me while I'm trying to do these. And often he just gets like right up in my grill while I'm trying to do the voiceover. Like right now, he's totally crashed out on me, and I feel like you're going to hear him breathing and snoring and all that. But what can I say, guys? I'm a dog mom to the core, so you're just going to have to endure occasional dog noises. Alright guys, anyway, I am finishing up here with Vivid Glam Co's Crystal Glass, and it honestly has become the only clear dip powder that I will use. It's just so foolproof and super crystal clear. I absolutely love it. So at this point, we haven't really done anything out of the ordinary. We just did our dips, and that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump off camera and file and shape these, and then I will be back and I will show you how to do this simple ombre. Alright, so all cleaned up and ready to ombre, and look at these gorgeous vibrant oranges. Aren't they stunning? Alright, so to do this super simple ombre technique, we're going to be using gel. So what I'm going to do is kind of set up everything ready to go, but the beauty of this method is you can literally take 10 light years to do this. So I'm just going to start with one finger right now. I'm going to go ahead and just lay down a layer of gel base on this first finger that I'm going to be ombreing, and then I'm going to fully cure it. Alright, so once that is fully cured, I'm just going to take this fluffy brush and pick up some of that darker powder and start my ombre. And now I'm using a random brush here from SNS, but you can use a much less expensive fluffy brush for this job, so I will have a similar one linked down below from Amazon that's pretty inexpensive. But I'm just going to start by putting more pressure at the tip and applying my powder there first, because that is where I want the highest concentration of color. So as I move up towards the middle of the nail, I will use less pressure and less powder on the brush, and that'll give me that really pretty fade. Now I know this is nothing revolutionary. I know I'm not the first to do this. You may have even already tried this yourself. But for those of you that haven't, I really wanted to demonstrate this for you because I see so many people talk about how they find ombres to be difficult, and I'm telling you, literally anyone can do this. I promise that you can do this, and it really, I mean, I feel like my dip powder scrub ombre was pretty foolproof as it was, but this is even more so. Just getting that perfect fade is super easy to do. And again, the beautiful thing about gel is that you can always take as long as you want to take until you get it right. And I could sit here all day for 5 light years trying to get this ombre perfect, which I didn't have to because it was so easy. But I'm just saying that's the beauty of working with gel, is that you have absolutely as much time as you need to get the right look. Now, I have seen some people express some concern with this method about gunking up their brush. I actually didn't find that to really happen to me. I guess I felt like the powder was a nice buffer between the sticky gel and the fluffy brush. But if for whatever reason yours does get a little gunked up, just take a little bit of alcohol and a lint-free wipe and clean it right off. I mean, look at that fade. Tell me that fade isn't absolutely beautiful, and it was so easy to achieve. Alright, so I'm going to repeat the exact same process on the second nail to get the other ombre. But again, look how fast that happened, and that only took one layer. One layer, and a lot of times when I do scrub ombre, it's going to take 2, possibly more. It just really kind of depends on the pigmentation and how close in color your powders are. But this is just going to take one layer, and it's really similar to kind of how I suggested in that dip powder ombre video, using clear dip powder to get your color, because you're going to get a lot more of that pure pigmentation without the base color to kind of skew it a little bit. Well, you're using clear gel here, so again, you're not scrubbing your color into another color, you're scrubbing it into a clear layer, and I think that's what makes this so seamless. Now, I also feel like this is very versatile, because if you wanted to be like super extra, you could actually use a third color, like maybe a color between the dark and between the light, and scrub that in the middle, and then you'll get an even more perfect blend. Or if you wanted to do like kind of a rainbow ombre with multiple colors, you could do the same thing. Just lay down your gel, and then again, you have so much playtime, because you literally can take as much time as you need to get it right, and so you're really going to be happy with the finished look because you took your time and you got it right. Now, if for whatever reason you did not get enough color on your first layer, you could do the exact same thing, do another layer of gel base over top of that and scrub again, but I would be really surprised if you needed more than one layer. So I am super happy with the way this looks. I don't need another layer, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up. It's just that easy, and look how fast that came together. So all I did was gently brush off any excess powder that was left on the nail, and now I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. Now you could go directly into your gel top coat if you wanted. That would be perfectly fine. I'm going to go ahead and put an extra layer of gel base before my top coat. I just want a little extra layer of protection for my ombre. So here is the finished mani, and let me please apologize for the bright orange matte. It was a bad choice. There is way too much brightness going on in this video, so very sorry for that. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here and finish up with some cuticle oil. So I'm going to be using my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil here today. This one is Sunkissed, and it's absolutely my favorite scent from the newest launch. It's just so tropical and beautiful. I mean, this ombre, right? Do you see why I'm annoyed with myself for waiting so long to try this? I cannot get over how easy this was to do, and in one layer, and I had as much time as a perfectionist needs to mess with it, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. And like I said, I'm not saying never, I'll never do a traditional dip powder scrub ombre again, with dip liquids, but I'm gonna have a hard time not continually going back to this method because it was just so seamless. So let me know if you guys have tried this technique and what you think of it. And if you haven't tried it, let me know if you plan to, because like I said, I really feel like no matter your skill level, I definitely think that just about anybody can pull this technique off. So don't forget, these hot oranges are going to be available on the 1st. I'll have all the information and the link to the website down in the box if you are interested. And make sure you grab them as a duo because you're getting a little discount there, and who doesn't love a discount, right? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you have not subscribed already, I hope you will consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content coming every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Central. So as always, guys, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to hang out with me. I hope you are having a fantastic rest of your day. I love you to pieces, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Whoa. One more time, over. One more time. Oh, yeah. That's so nice, Daddy.